I did. Now it says I picked a YouTube. Actually, under destination, I picked RV Underway, which was my...
Okay, that might work. Let me see what happens now. You're on. Right now, let's click it. Now I'm going to see you here. It looks live now. YouTube. I don't know which one to pick. So you got two of them. I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick this one here.
All right. Can you guys see us? Do you see us?
I see you going to say something.
All right, we're talking.
I see you guys. All right.
Yeah. And now we've got some people chiming in here.
You've got 7 people now. They're going to start sneaking in right now.
Hey, Bob, I certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
They're start coming in now. Okay, they're coming in. All right. Good, you guys.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
You bet. Yeah.
There you go. A little help from Bob at Blue Wave Odyssey, and finally got all the intricacies. Let me have another drink here. This is topping off an incredible week, but if you can see us and you can hear us okay, give us a thumbs up or say hello, and appreciate all you folks coming over from Blue Wave's
absolutely
live stream tonight. And we'll be more prepared next week. Thought we were having bandwidth issues, and we still may. There still may be some jittering there because we're using our Verizon jetpack. We're at the lake on Lake Eufaula at Cotton Hill Campground, and it's not the best in the world. But glad to see you, Kevin, and New Horizons. Susan, thank you so much for being here. And Blue Wave, Bob says he's hearing us now. Elizabeth Carter, our daughter-in-law, is watching. And just want to thank all you folks. Avenger RV, Jerry Holly, thank you so much. James Catanese, it's a pleasure to have you here. We really have no agenda tonight, and I'm sorry it took so long for us to work out what little issues we had there. But apparently I have 2 accounts.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not at all surprised you got 2 accounts.
2 accounts under Google for RV Underway, and I kept punching into the wrong one, which you guys have no access to. And quite frankly, I don't have access to it either. So that was really kind of stupid. Johnny of Johnny's Journeys, thank you so much for being here. I don't know if you have recently put out a Weekend Warriors report, but if you've not watched any of Johnny Journey's Weekend Warrior reports, I suggest you do, because he goes out and reviews the RV channels, and well, not just RV channels, but channels in general, and gives you an update on them and lets you know what they have for content this week and stuff like that. But Johnny, that's great when you're doing it, and if you keep doing it, certainly we'll keep watching. Justin and Christine's RV Life, I want to say hey to you guys. And New Horizons, we already said that. Living Light RV, thank you, it's working. Yes.
This is our first attempt.
Yeah. Miss Barbara, what was that?
I was just going to say, we really want to thank Bob, because he gave up some time and came on early just so that we could do this. And it was all a conversation, this morning. This afternoon.
It's actually this morning. And quite frankly, being out here on the lake and everything and having some of my equipment at the house and didn't bring it with me, I could have used a little more equipment, but we're on. It took us, 18 minutes to get this thing hacked out. But thank you, Bob, for giving us a call. And thank you, Google, for setting up a clandestine RV Underway account that I didn't even know I had and somehow got into, and you folks couldn't get into it. But again, want to thank you, JT and DT's Adventures. I heard you had some growth tonight, and that's great. And that's what we're all about, is solid community, is getting out there and visiting other people's sites and watching their videos, giving them a thumbs up, and giving them an honest content-related comment so that the algorithm that is watching will always be satisfied in respect to how we conduct our relationships on YouTube, and we grow. And that's the whole point is growth, not only because you want to become monetized, and some people really don't care about that. It's just a matter of reaching folks and providing a entertaining outlet, whether it's your videos or your live streams. And we just want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. Slow Momentum, glad to see you guys. RV Kids TV, watched your live stream last night. Y'all did a whole lot better getting on the air than I did. I know that at the beginning of your video, though, you were like all looking at each other going, are we on? Are we on? Can you hear us? Well, we did that for 15 minutes tonight. In fact, we went through an entire monologue, and you didn't even hear it. So, because I see our son James Carter is on. JW, so glad to see you. Wanderlost, and B. Athens. There's a name I haven't seen. First one, doesn't that mean I'm a plank owner?
Hey,
must be a sailor there. That is B. Athens. Yes, you are a plank owner on the very first RV Underway RVUTUbe. RV Underway YouTube. RVUTube. That's what we're going to call it. RVUTube. Meant to be RVing. What a great RV name that is. I love that RV name. And downsizing makes sense. It certainly does. And that was our New Year's resolution again this year. Are we going to do it this year?
I hope so. You know, we just got Matilda. No, October was a year ago. And we did some renovations. She's a little bit small, but she's perfect for two. We took out the dinette, and like I've told all my children, this sleeps two. We can feed as many that can sit outside, but it only sleeps two. So we're really enjoying this. And like I said, we didn't get to do as much this year as we had thought we would.
Right.
But we did more than we ever did before. So all we have to do is continue to grow.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, we're RVing. We're having a blast RVing. What we're not doing is cleaning out the old sticks and bricks so that we can shed that property.
We're working on that. The art of RV, and you're asking why we call her Matilda. Matilda was a story. We've got a video about it, but when Ricky and I were dating 1,000 years ago, before they had internet, before they had cell phones, we used this thing called mail.
Back when I looked like that picture that Blue Wave Bob
and
showed tonight.
And I looked like the girl with the cowboy hat. Anyway, we were dating, and he was on the Midway, and they were on a Westpac. He went ahead and went to Australia, and he told me he met this sweet young thing, and he couldn't wait until I met her. And here we're just dating, and it almost ended our relationship. But he presented me with a stuffed koala that plays Waltz and Matilda. And so I knew the RV was going to be the other woman in our lives, so we named her Matilda.
There's the story. And not many of our stories do me and her agree on. But that one is absolutely true. She thought I was talking about a pretty young thing in Perth, Australia, when actually it was a stuffed koala named Matilda, and it was just my warped sense of humor.
Almost
but
did it.
You have to remember, this was before emails, cell phones, Facebook, any kind of social media or electronic communications. And when I wrote her a letter, heck, I think the boat beat the letter back to Yokosuka, Japan. And I got there before the letter did, explaining that it was all a joke. And I show up at the pier. Miss Barbara here is, she is hot as a firecracker. And she wants to know who Matilda is. And I pull a stuffed koala bear out of my sea bag. And I said, well, this is Matilda. I told you in the letter. You ain't getting no letter. You don't let them ready to throttle you. That's what she said.
That was.
Warped. Yes, RV, the art of RVing. Yes, Mark, warped sense of humor. If you haven't gathered that yet by watching our videos, she doesn't have the warped sense of humor. She is the even keel in the relationship, except when she's had a few, what is it, the margaritas, the tequilas down at Destin.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
then you
me and the girls went down there We missed last year. We went down the year before. In February, they have tacos and tequila.
Hey, Whiskey G.
And tacos and tequila. Me and the girls went, and I met a whole bunch of new, very, very best friends. And this group of people decided, they asked me what my name was. I said Barbara, and they said that wasn't good enough, so they called me Gangster Barbie.
Gangster Barbie.
GB.
That is GB right there. She can break in front of anybody's line. She's a smooth talker, and she'll work her way right in. A little bit of charm and finesse and a little Gangster Barbie. She works her way to the front of the tequila line.
I did.
Yeah, she did. And that's not the only place that happens. You got that covered. Endless RVing, that is MJ and Izzy and Jason. It says it was a scavenger hunt to get here. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I know there was ended up with a couple of thumbnails, which really didn't remember posting one of them. It was posted 3 months ago when I tested the first camera. And I don't even remember how that popped up. So yeah, it was quite the adventure tonight and get things going. Jurgen, so proud you could join us tonight, Jurgen. I really do appreciate that, and Rotten Bear and the family. I get a kick out of you. Now you're going to have to understand that I'm slowly indoctrinating Miss Barbara on a lot of your videos. And she has been really busy with other things, and you've seen a lot of me, but there are a lot of videos that she hasn't seen that we're going to have to go back and watch. We do watch a lot of them.
The dogs out after us.
What's that now?
Jurgen, where is he?
Oh, Jurgen, you almost sent the dogs. Well, I appreciate y'all holding out. Let me ask you a question. How's the bandwidth? Is it buffering? Is it bad? Is it dithering? Or is dithering a word they use? I don't know. Nowadays, you got to be careful because used to be the OK symbol used to just mean OK, and so in the early days of computers, we used to call it dithering. Of course, we said a lot of things in the early days of computer. We said SCSI drives. That meant something entirely different in high school. Yeah. New Horizons, Susan says, you're looking good. And Happy Place Camping says, no buffering yet. Geek Family Adventures, Blue Wave Raid, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming over tonight. And we will definitely, now that we've got these kinks ironed out, we will certainly be more prepared next Friday night at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So please make plans to be with us next weekend as well. We're about halfway through this hour. We want to thank you. Miss Barbara, can you see anywhere on that screen there where it tells us how many folks are in the actual...
No, and I'm afraid if you touch
I know, I don't want to touch a thing. I'm just sitting here looking around the Stream Yard. This is StreamYard software. And I'm looking around the StreamYard software and really can't tell how many of you folks are in here right now.
It would be better if it was just me. That was the art of RVing. I'm not very camera friendly.
47. Well,
woo-hoo!
Well, gosh, thank you folks so much. I really appreciate that. Tombstead, let me just say what a pleasure it is to get up every morning and watch your cartoons. The great thing about them is they're short, they're sweet, they're funny, and they put a smile on your face before you head out every morning. So, folks, Tombstead, I know I'm probably preaching to the choir because most of us already subscribe and know Tombstead, but I binged watched a bunch of stuff last night and into this morning, and I was watching a lot of Toon Man and Toon Mom and our Toon Wife. I can't but it's great stuff. So Life of JT, the Life of JT. I'm not familiar with the Life of JT, but I'm going to become familiar with the life of JT, thank you so much for being here. Pull My Pork Barbecue. Dude, those videos are awesome. Pull My Pork Barbecue. If you're not a family member with Pull My Pork Barbecue, folks, do yourself a favor and go over there and let your mouth water for a while. Just drool all over your shirt right here. You just go over there and watch him setting out a slab of meat and seasoning that thing and rubbing it down and getting it ready and cooking it and showing it to you. All right, let's see here. Barbara, if you would, you want to talk a little more about your trip?
Well, this week I for Christmas took my boys, JW and Michael,
I got several open,
to the Alabama-Michigan ball game, the Citrus Bowl.
Is it echoing
and
or?
This year was Have a Memory. So I invited the family. My youngest son, Clay, and his wife, Tara, couldn't make it because they had to be back to their duty stations on the 2nd, and just flights out of Orlando to where they needed to be was going to be too hard for them to make it. But we were able to pull five of us together, and the five of us were able to go to Orlando. We stayed in a hotel.
Yeah.
We went to the game. It was beautiful weather, wonderful traveling down there. And we saw the game. We spent Funfair, which was wonderful, especially for our son Michael. He's been a Michigan fan since he was 10 years old. And I gave him a chance to see his first Michigan ball game. So the family really enjoyed it, and we had a great time. Ricky wasn't able to go because he had to work. And I know most of you guys are so important that the job cannot get done without you. But
well, that job couldn't get done without me, because you took the guy who was going to do the job to the ball game.
That's true. That's true. Our boys help him out at the radio station, and a lot of times they monitor the ball games and make sure all the commercials are played, stuff is done right. And yeah. So
we're back in there. You see us? We're back. I tell you what, we're not going to touch anything until I get off of this thing.
I told you not to.
This is dangerous, but thank you, Bob. All right. Bye.
I hope, yeah, we're back. You know,
that's a good man right there.
He is a good man.
That's a good man. And Camper Life, I think I saw you in here, William.
You're right, Mel. He touched it. I told him not to.
I reached for the mouse and we were off the air. So, Papa and Nana's Great Adventure. Don't wiggle it. It sounds like me and my headphones at work. Don't touch them. Don't touch it. If you touch the little thing there, they go out. So, JTS Outdoor Life, proud to see you. 49, I saw as high as 51. For some reason, I can see now where the eyeball count there is. Tesha Teeling, so proud to see you. Ray Warriors, Star 7, glad you're here with us tonight. Blue Wave says you're back. Blue Wave says laugh out loud. RV Kids TV says laugh out loud. Epic RV Adventure, our Epic RV Adventure. Love you guys. Been watching your videos. Welcome back. Proud to be back. Next Saturday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to come on right after Blue Wave Bob, and everything's going to be cool, and we're going to cruise for an hour without any hiccups or in and outs.
Unless he touches something.
Unless I wiggle it. Wiggle it. let's see, what was that right there? RV Underway Nomadic Hippie sent me Ninth Element. Thank you so much. And Nomadic Hippie, listen, I feel like a boob because Camper Life William, his first, I was there, the first live stream, he topped 500 subscribers.
Wow.
And he decided to do his first live stream. It was a Wednesday night. And he popped on right at the time he said he would. He looked good. His head was shining all the way through it until he got done and popped off. And Nomadic Hippie, you were the same way. You said you were going to get it when you said you were going to get it, and you got it. And so lessons learned. Well, we'll figure them out, but you guys do awesome. You're doing real good. I watched that one the other night, was a part of that Nomadic Hippie over there when you got rated and your numbers just blew up, and it was crazy. Let's see here. Justin and Christina's RV van life at RV Underway. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. His head was shining. Yes, Toonstead. his head always shines. And I mean, I got a little bit left. I'm not quite as bad as William. There's a little bit left up here, but I have always wore a ball cap. The only place I do not wear a ball cap, and she can tell you this, is sitting in the church pew. Yep. I just won't wear a ball cap into church, but that is the only place. In fact, if you go back and watch one of my videos where I was laying up in the bed getting ready for surgery, what was on my head? A ball cap. I'm just, I've always been that way. I love my ball caps. I love hats in general. You saw a video with a bunch of hats in it. What was that? Lucky Dog Productions. Larry Grimm, how you doing this evening, Larry? So good to see you. Hey, Lucky Dog Productions. That is too funny. I remember now. I stopped FPV racing a year ago. That's first person visual or like visuals or something. Anyway, that is drone racing, I think. I think that's what you're talking about there. I love my drone, and the only time I tried to first person visual or FPV, I flew that sucker into a pecan tree and I hit every branch in there. I knocked everything that you could knock off at DJI Standard 3.
You've done that a few times.
I have, and I've put her back together every time, and she always flies. I have to buy parts for her, but I call it Frankendrone because I have crashed it so many. I tried to fly it into a building one time, tried to, fly in the door. And of course, when you're flying away from yourself, your stick up and down, back and forth is proper. If you go this way, your drone flies this way and so forth. When you're flying toward yourself, everything is reversed. Well, I flew that sucker into the door sill and tore everything off of it again, and sat at the kitchen table with little minute instruments and rebuilt her. And I love putting her back together because she always flies. Now, I do have my eyeball like Russ over at the Roads We Roam. Russ wants him a Mavic, maybe a Mavic Mini or something. I think Jurgen also talked about maybe getting a Mavic Mini or something like that, but not this year. I'm still debating whether or not to go with Togo, but I'm kind of gun shy, William. I'm not really sure whether or not that's something I want to get into. And I know that on one of your recent videos, you put out a disclaimer, you went back, you walked back some of your information that you had given folks just to make sure they understood that there were some changes coming with the Togo. So you might want to go watch that video by Camper Life on the his update to the Togo service. The Togo hardware is still just as good as it always was, but their service contract, I think it's AT&T. I'm not sure. You might want to tell them, William, in the stream there. But anyway, there are some changes coming for Togo. So Papa Drew's RV. So proud you could be here with me tonight. Thank you so much. You make this look easy, and it ain't really easy. It ain't easy. What did we do tonight, Miss Barbara?
We went out to dinner.
We went to the Bagby State Park.
State Park. They have a nice little restaurant there, and we went and had some catfish.
Alabama farm-raised catfish. We had us, and they, it's in Georgia, but it's Alabama farm-raised catfish because we raise a lot of catfish in Alabama. But it's Bagby State Park. It's a Georgia State Park. We're in the Corps of Engineers Park, and we're only separated by 3 miles.
Yeah, it's not far.
So we're at Cotton Hill, a Corps of Engineers Park, and we just love our Corps of Engineer parks. And Bagby is more of a day-use cabins type park. There's no RVs over there. It's a day-use state park, but they have a great lodge with plenty of rooms, a very, very nice restaurant. In fact, tomorrow night we'll be putting out a video, and we'll show you a little bit of the inside of the Bagby State Park lodge with the dining room there, the restaurant. It's the Pilot House restaurant, but that's where we went tonight and had a nice dinner. They had a fire going. It was warm around these parts up until about a day ago when it just flooded for an entire day. The entire Friday was nothing but rain. Eased up a little bit today, but behind that cold, that rain, that cold front came in, and the temperatures dropped down in the 40s. So that fire was nice tonight at over at the Pilot House restaurant. We love state parks.
We do.
We stayed at Chattahoochee State Park down on Lake Seminole.
That was pretty.
It was pretty. However, it was right after Michael.
Yeah.
And they had just reopened it. And they had done so much work to clean up the broken trees. And around the campsites and everything, a lot of the trees were topped out, so there wasn't a lot of cover. But it was a great state park. But you could drive from the loops of the camping areas back up to the main gate, and you were passing right through the old forest, the old growth forest, and everything there was laid over. Yeah. It looked like a ground zero. It was just they got hit really hard down there in North Florida. And as a matter of fact, that was really Marianna, Florida, over to Chattahoochee, and that area was almost the epicenter of Michael when he came ashore. So we had gone right after that, and but they had cleaned up the campsites, and we really enjoyed that state park. And we have stayed, I think, at every park around Lake Eufaula now.
Pretty much, I think so.
And it's close to home. It's about 30 miles from the house. And we don't really like our house a lot.
It's gotten too big now that the boys are grown. And
it's almost 5,000 square feet and 2 stories of rooms. And we are, well, I can't really say we are hoarders. I am. I have kept everything in the world for the past 35 years and packed it into that house. And I got 2 sheds that are full. And the daunting task of deciding what goes and what stays for a pack rat, God, I am not looking forward to that. Sorry, I have to leave now. That is Jurgen. Jurgen, thank you so much. I'm so proud you came over and spent some time with us. Go scratch old Rotten Bear behind the ear. You know which ear. Go give him a good scratching, and you're going to be there a while, though. So, pack rat, my son says, yes, you are. Wander, let's go. Food and adventurous life. Older and wiser, everything goes. That is really the way it has to be.
It really is.
I watched one video of downsizing, and I can't remember who it was. It was kind of it wasn't a mega channel, but it was, they were in the, 10,000 subscriber range, and they had quite a few followers. And they did a video on the actual process of taking their sticks and bricks and going through. Now, they were a younger couple, so they had not amassed nearly the junk we have.
Larry
Graham?
Yeah, let's do a raid on Ricky's house.
Hey, come get it. Come get it. In fact, Miss Barbara tried to give away her 400 Santa Clauses. She has been collecting Santa Clauses all these years. And so first it's the family. She tells the boys, come and get what you want because everything else is going.
That's right.
And there's just no room in Matilda here. There's no room for 400 Santa Clauses. I can stash a lot of stuff away, but at 400 Santa Clauses, something's going to get broke and our weight limit is going to get exceeded. So, because most of them are ceramic, that's a heavy load. Nick's Picks, my grandmother grew up during the Depression and lived to be 90. I was the only grandchild, dealt with all that stuff. I can imagine.
I like the 50 years of twine.
50 years of twine. Well, I'm that way with what? Wire?
Yes. And computer parts.
Wire? Jeez. Wire and...
Sorry.
That's one.
I know.
She's a 3 sneezer, folks. Come on.
No, that's okay.
Really? You only got one? Only one. Do you still have the original Matilda? What's that? The original? Do you still have the original Matilda?
She's in the garage somewhere.
Oh, yeah, the original. That is Wanderlost. Yes, we do have the original. The last time I looked at her, she was packed away, but the last time I looked at her, she was made in Australia, and they used to make, they make their toy animals out of kangaroo fur. So she's actually made of kangaroo fur, and there's a couple of spots on her where the kangaroo hair is turning loose, but you can still wind her up, and she still plays Waltzing Matilda, and she still has that beautiful little smirk on her face. But we got Matilda too. I don't know if you can see her. Can we see her? No. Yeah, she's peeking out of the box. You can't see her, but way back there, there's a box. Let me see, right there. I'm pointing at it right there. There's a box with a bow on the top, and Matilda 2 is peeking out of that box. She rides right up there in the front, goes everywhere. She's a great co-pilot because she keeps her mouth shut, and she doesn't try to work that brake pedal. She doesn't try to work that brake pedal. Listen, I have discovered that one thing about live streaming is that it's hard to carry on a conversation and watch all of the post here on the side, all of your comments and everything. But we're going to work out a tag team. Miss Barbara's been trying to watch them, and we're going to comment on as many of them as we can. But I just want to say once again, I thank Blue Wave Bob for assisting us and also being so generous as to move his time slot. And that was his suggestion, and I really appreciate it because we were kind of wondering where do we fit in and didn't want to impose upon anybody else's time slot. So he said, look, I'll go 7 to 9. You go from 9 to 10. And if it catches on, you go from 9 to 11. And that's fine because that's 8 o'clock Central for us. So it's really not too late, and hopefully not for you as well, except for you on the East Coast. But I really want to thank you. Grateful Glamper. My parents are full-time RVers. No need to go through a ton of stuff when they pass away. Well, God bless you. That's already been taken care of, huh? Maybe that'll be our gift because our kids go, well, what's our inheritance? Bills. That's your inheritance.
Whatever we have is going to the dogs.
Yeah. So maybe that will be our gift to our children upon our demise is you'll have no junk to go through. And hopefully you won't have that house to deal with, because it is an older home. It's been a great home for us, and there's nothing wrong with it, except that we have just outgrown it. No, we haven't outgrown it. That wasn't the right phrase.
No.
We have undergrown it.
Well, we have decided that less is more. And we really enjoy being in the RV. At the house, honestly, we're in the master bedroom. It's got a lot of space.
That is true. We've been upstairs in that bedroom. In fact, 15 years ago, we remodeled.
Yep.
I moved the washer and dryer upstairs. I moved a small kitchenette with a deep sink upstairs, refrigerator upstairs. We have a full bathroom upstairs. We converted a 4-bedroom into a 3-bedroom because we used 1 bedroom for the laundry room and made it kind of a living area, laundry room, kitchenette. And really, we walk into that house and it's almost like a Christmas Carol, Scrooge. You know how he bypasses all those chambers that he owns and crawls up into that one little chamber and just huddles there by himself. Well, we go upstairs and our dogs meet us in our bedroom, and that's where we live. And if we want to warm a cup of coffee or make a cup of coffee, it's right there on the 2nd floor of the home. We do our laundry up there. Our bathrooms are up there. And our son lives up there. And
we do have one at
yeah, we still got one at home. And
a rebounder.
And that upper part of the house is only about 1,800 square feet. That's a big home for a lot of folks. But downstairs, it is huge. When I was growing up, we used to call it the Ark. I didn't know that one day I'd actually own it. It actually is it's just a huge home.
It's really big.
It was built in the 70s, and it was built on that 70s mentality of compartmenting everything. And when we first got it, we gutted. We took out walls, put in beams for support, and took out walls and just opened that house up. But it's a beautiful home. We want to go. We want to get on the road. So.
Well, I think my military retirement will go a lot farther on the road.
Yeah, I would imagine you can watch a lot of videos on YouTube where they go, oh, yeah, we get by on this and that, and I imagine you can. Then there's some who go, hey, don't be deceived. It still costs a lot of money to be independent and be a nomad and live in an RV. And I can imagine it can. So it's just whatever. Hey, I'm not going to go RVing so that I can cut my rent. I'm going RVing so that I can enjoy my life.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, and even though I am going to cut my rent, we can already see that, but it's not rent, it's mortgage. But I can already see that's going to go a lot farther in an RV, and we're just looking forward to it. Extraordinary Journey, thank you so much. Whiskey G's RV Kids TV, so proud y'all could be here with us tonight. That thing jumps a lot, doesn't it? James Catanese, been watching you for a long time, watching us, son, and I just appreciate your support and the way that you're always there, and you support us and you watch our videos, and it's great. It's great to have viewers like you. Grateful Glamper, Larry Grimm, Blue Wave Odyssey, Whiskey G, Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless. That's cool. I've seen that. I've seen your channel. I've been over there. I need to spend a lot of more time watching the videos. It's about 8:54 in our time zone. It would be something 54 in your time zone too, unless you are in Guam where it's on the half hour, and that means it's a quarter after something. So
I don't know where all that came from.
Well, we could actually get somebody watching from Guam. We are worldwide, honey.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry. I just can't deal with all that.
We
worldwide.
are
nationwide.
Nationwide. We're nationwide. We're nationwide. Is on your side. The Art of Living, RV, you keep saying that. You're on my radar. Here we go.
All right.
Hey, I've told you before, Mark, shoot your best shot, son. Payback is hell. And I can't wait myself. I can't wait. You did a great job with Jerry over at I Love RV Life. And you did a great job with William. So, in fact, I'm sorry. In fact, the part, let me see if I can do it. When William was looking back and forth between those two monitors when he's doing a live stream, he's trying to watch what's going on over here, and he's trying to watch the live stream, and he's trying to see what's going on over here, and he's trying to see Blue Wave Bob over here or somebody else, a Jurgen or somebody who's in with him on the StreamYard. And his head doesn't move, his eyes just dart back and forth. So you nailed him on that one right there. Jerry Holly chasing the 70s. Are you joining the Blue Tube crew? Yes, sir. I was one of the early ones to sign on. I will be going Bluebeard. So I will be going Bluebeard when Blue Wave Odyssey reaches his watch hours to achieve monetization. That's it, not non-monification. Monetization.
It's a whole new language. Oh my gosh.
What is a monification? Does anybody know what monification means instead of, and if it's something dirty, don't even put it on the chat there, but monetization. But anyway, when he reaches 4,000, we're all going blue, the blue crew, the Blue Wave Blue crew, and I'm going Bluebeard. Miss Barbara, how about you? Now, you know, Miss Barbara loves to have fun, and she'll come in sometimes with purple hair.
Yeah.
She's had blue hair when you went to, where'd you go to where you had to have blue hair?
I went to my 45th high school reunion, and our school colors were blue and silver. So I already had a little bit of silver, so I put blue in there.
That's right. She went with blue hair. So to go blue ain't nothing for you.
No, I'll do it.
All right. So she's a member of the blue crew as well, Bob. We got blue crew and Bluebeard. And, I'm kind of hoping, I don't know how far away you are, but I'm kind of hoping you hit those numbers before we all meet up in Tampa. So we can just do the blue crew down there.
We may have to just do a pre-blue crew.
Yeah.
Sort of like a pre-commissioning.
Justin says he'll have a Bluebeard. Cool. Look here. Monification. Wanderlost says monification. Google says nothing. So are you saying that I just invented a new word? There are several things that I wanted to invent in my life. One of them was a wooden magnet, and I have not yet achieved inventing a wooden magnet. The other one was I wanted to invent another day of the week and slip it in right before Thursday or right after Thursday before Friday and call it something like Bob. So you just have like a Wednesday, Thursday, Bob, Friday, and Bob, you can do anything you want on Bob. So. And that didn't work. Nobody, you couldn't get it to catch on. But, dude, I just invented a new word, monification. So I can actually come up with a definition since there is none.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The process by which heat
Papa
shield
Drew's
tiles.
RV says we don't talk about blue body parts in this house, sir. That is what monification is, the bluification, the blue tinting. Look at here. Adventures in Xanadu says monification is one Caffication.
One cafation. One cafation is monification. Monification is one vacation. That is monofication. One vacation. Okay. Hey, Clumsy Vegan. You know, I don't know Clumsy Vegan's name, and that kind of upsets me. She may not want anybody to know her name, but I remember telling her, I think we named you, or I named you for our purposes, me and you. I named you Cheyenne, and you said you're good with that. Because you have some American Native in you, some heritage. So then that's fine. Cheyenne works. It is Cheyenne, right? That because a lot of times when I'm doing a comment on a video or something, I like to be personable enough to mention who you are instead of just going, "Hello, the roads we roam." You know, I like to say, "Hello, Russ and Carrie," and it bothers me sometimes when I can't say, "Hello, the Clumsy Vegan." So
she says she's good with that.
Oh, she's good with it. All right, cool, Cheyenne. I appreciate that.
Oh, and she's going blue too.
Cheyenne is going blue. She's going to make something from the Dollar Tree out of blue stuff.
Oh.
She makes a lot of stuff from the Dollar Tree. She does a great job, and she cooks good too. She did that vegan chili. That's right.
How do you know?
How do I know? Because it's me and her, we kind of have a
You have this thing.
Yeah, we got this
thing going on
thing
between
that-
two of you.
Nomadic Hippie. I love your live stream. Thank you so much, Nomadic Hippie. Jerry Holly, Tomahawk Chop. Woo, we're out of here. That's right. It's 9:01. Thank you so much for being here, folks. Look there. The number is up to 52. I'm so proud you guys came over. Next Saturday night, we will be a lot more prepared. Now, we'll probably be right here in Matilda, but we'll be in our yard because we're getting Matilda ready to go to Tampa.
That's right.
To go to the Super Show and meet a bunch of you folks down there. And for those of you who won't be down there, we're going to make a lot of videos, all of us. We're going to have cameras pointed at cameras the whole time we're down there, I'm sure. We go to lunch, and I got my camera, and they've got Blue Wave Bob or Camper Life's got his camera, and we're just shooting back and forth. Here's a picture of Blue Wave Bob taking a picture of Camper Life, taking a picture of RV Underway. Anyway, good night, folks. God bless you. Miss Barbara, say good night.
Good night. Thank you so much for putting up with us tonight. And we had a lot of fun. And this is going to be interesting. So good night. And as we always say, fair
winds and following seas. Next Friday night, 9 o'clock. Thank you, Blue Wave Bob, for giving us a time slot. We certainly appreciate it. And we will catch Blue Wave Bob at 7 o'clock. Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time next Saturday night, and we will immediately follow, just like your printed schedule says. Good night, folks.
Good night. Love
God
you
bless
and God bless.
See you.